I'm Lianna Littleton. I studied the Sports Business and Sports Broadcasting course here at UCFB Wembley. I'm now freelancing as a presenter for quite a few different companies. Well, I grew up in Norwich, and our local team, you might have heard of them, Norwich City Football Club, were obviously who everyone that I grew up around with was a fan of and loved, and I was a big fan as well. I found it a very exciting industry. I worked as a presenter before coming to UCFB, but it was in an industry that I wasn't sure was long term where I wanted to stay. So I knew that sport was something that I loved. It's an industry that's definitely, I think, the most exciting industry you can be a part of. So it was just, there was no question about it. I definitely wanted to go down the sporting route. When I was studying here at UCFB, I was quite lucky to get a role as a radio presenter here on event days as well. So I've continued doing that even when I left. That's whether it's concerts or matches, and I love it. It's very exciting. Well, I came for the open day, and admittedly I'd applied for about 5 universities. This was actually the first open day that I came to, but I think I was just very taken back by the fact that we walked into the room and it was in the box that overlooks the pitch, and there's a real wow moment obviously when you walk through and you see the whole pitch looking at you, the whole bowl, and I was very sort of drawn in and taken in by it all, that in the end, as soon as I got accepted, my place got accepted on this course, I didn't actually bother with any of the others. I didn't even go to a couple of the other open days. It's just, I don't think you can being right in the heart of it and in the middle of the industry, you know, Wembley Stadium. It doesn't really get better than that, does it? Well, the good thing was that when I started the course, I knew exactly what I wanted to do. So literally from the first year, I made sure that I tried to get involved with as much work experience as possible. And I'm so pleased that I did as well. I managed to get a couple of weeks at Sky Sports, which was amazing. And again, it opened my eyes to exactly what I wanted to do. Jason Roberts Foundation, I did an intern for them as well, which was great and very hands-on as well. Snack Media, that was a bit more sort of writing based and journalism based, which was also really good practice, but absolutely all the skills that I've learned from all the different roles and work experience I've definitely put forward to the job that I'm doing at the moment. So as I mentioned, I did the Sports Business Sports Broadcasting course. I am so pleased that I did, one of the reasons being how practical it was. You know, I'm not someone that just can sit down in the classroom and just write and write and write. I'm quite a creative person, and that course, it teaches you everything from not just sourcing stories, but filming, you know, features, writing scripts, voicing. Literally, they train you to be you know, multi-skilled in a broadcasting role, which actually nowadays is so important, which I've certainly learned since leaving UCFB, that you do really need all those skills, and it's one of the things that, and one of the reasons I would absolutely recommend the sports broadcasting course. When I left UCFB, I started freelancing as a travel presenter, so that was for quite a few of the local BBC and regional BBC radio stations. I worked also for Talk Sport and Talk doing their travel as well, and some of the Smooth, I did a couple of theirs also, but I really wanted to go down the journalism path, so I've been doing my NCTJ at home alongside studying and working as a broadcast journalist for a radio station called Time 107.5, which is based in Romford, which is a nice sort of community radio station, but I'm getting to put all the skills that I learned here at UCFB into practice. So when I first started here, all I knew what to do was to present and talk, really, but literally you do learn editing, you do learn writing, and these are all skills, especially not just from a journalism point of view, but actually some of the other roles like producing and directing around broadcasting. You actually find when you get to that point that you do need those as well. One of the great things about the broadcasting course, we got to get involved with a lot of work with the Tottenham's under-21s and QPR's under-21s as well, interviewing the players and getting to write match reports, and all of those skills you can take forwards into future roles if you do want to work in the sports industry. Getting to do the voiceover for UCFB's TV advert as well was very exciting. It got premiered on the ad break actually for the Super Cup between Liverpool and Chelsea on BT Sport, so that was a massive highlight for me as well. Also been doing some stuff for the radio station here at Wembley Stadium. I was lucky to get that job actually when I was doing the sports broadcasting course here.